News 8 has obtained new information about one of the most tragic fires in Rochester's history. And now members of City Council are calling for a briefing to go over the fire department's response that night. The fire took place on Grape Street in 2012, and it killed 4 children. This Friday, parole supervision for the woman who went to prison for starting the fire will end. Her name is Bobby Kugler, and she was their mother. Earlier this year, News 8 submitted a Freedom of Information request to the city and received a video that was recorded during the blaze. You will see that video in our report, but we warn you that to some viewers this might be disturbing. The president of City Council said it left him, quote, very concerned. After we showed it to him and Councilmember Willie Lightfoot, the two officially asked the fire department to talk to City Council about what happened. Here's what we know so far. 14-year-old Gage, 13-year-old Greg, 12-year-old Candy, and 6-year-old Caden. Their bodies were all found inside 82 Grape Street on the morning of February 18, 2012. The fire chief at the time, John Caulfield, told us this.
Firefighters made an incredibly valiant effort to get up to and into the second floor window via ladder.
The focus quickly shifted to the children's mother, Bobby Kugler, who was accused of arson. While pleading guilty, she admitted to starting the fire but said it was an accident. She went to prison, 82 Grape Street was fixed up, and today few on the street know about what happened here. But then someone linked to the fire department reached out saying there was video of the fire and encouraged News 8 to get it. We asked and the city granted our request. This video has not been made public until now. And this video starts here with flames filling Bobby Kugler's bedroom. A firefighter started taking video after he and others spotted the fire. They had been on scene for a completely unrelated incident, a pile of burning clothes on the sidewalk nearby. Now they had a house fire to deal with. At first, we see a firefighter force open the door and walk away, allowing the winter air to rush in. Seconds later, the sight that changed everything, a sight we've decided not to show.
We got people trapped on the second floor.
Kugler's kids and a few others begging for rescue. Then, a problem. The man taking the video notices it and yells to the firefighter at the engine.
Charge the line! Charge the line!
According to reports reviewed by News 8, the firefighters inside were not getting the water needed to stop the aggressive fire from spreading, even though an engine that can carry 500 gallons of water was already on scene for that rubbish fire. One firefighter inside the house later told police there were issues with the, quote, water supply, that there was very little water pressure. Another said he, quote, was waiting for water to fight the fire and did get water after a short period of time. He was able to knock the flames down. A problem with the hose occurred, affecting the water pressure, and the flames quickly shot up again.
Give him the water, Tommy, give him the water!
More than 5 minutes after the video starts, the videographer was still crying out to the engine operator for water. With all that happening, other firefighters grabbed the ladder. With flames in the windows below where the kids had appeared, the crew moved to the next set of windows. They started up the ladder 2 minutes after the kids were spotted. After making it through the second floor window, they realized they had entered a different apartment. After requesting permission to break down the wall, they heard this. In that interview later that day, Caulfield offered this as an explanation for what happened.
The conditions just deteriorated incredibly quickly, to the point that the first hose line burned through. So the firefighters had no water. They were deep inside the building trying to extinguish a rapidly expanding fire.
And photos of a burned hose were submitted into evidence, but no mention of a burned hose can be found in the RFD incident reports given to News 8. There was also no note about entering the wrong part of the duplex. There was also no mention of either issue in the ATF report News 8 obtained. In the end, News 8 could not find any kind of review from RFD that details how or why the hose got burned, or how or why the man taking the video thought throughout the fire it was instead a problem at the truck. Having been sent the video by News 8 and having considered all this, City Council President Miguel Melendez and Councilmember and former firefighter Willie Lightfoot are now asking the new Rochester Fire Chief and his command staff to brief City Council on, quote, what was done and possibly not done during that fateful event. Mayor Evans' office did not comment on that request, but did provide this statement. The Grape Street fire was a horrific tragedy in which 4 children died. That incident still lives in the hearts and minds of the first responders who worked to save those lives, and is a moment that changed a family forever. Although it occurred under a different administration with a different mayor and a different fire chief, in the interest of transparency, the Evans administration has provided any information regarding the fire to media outlets that have requested it. But Melendez and Lightfoot say it's time for City Hall and RFD to inform them about what happened 11 years ago, saying, quote, often the surest way to ensure a tragedy like this does not repeat itself is through full, frank, and transparent conversation. It should be emphasized here that firefighters saved Kugler and her toddler while several others in the house were able to escape. Also, I left a message with former Fire Chief Caulfield, but I have yet to hear back. Should you want to watch an edited version of the whole video, we have it up right now at rochesterfirst.com. In that article, you'll also find a statement from the Firefighters Union.